Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to I'm going to move what everybody thinks is the primary topic today, the ongoing development of news and information about the shooter at the baseball practice yesterday, Mr. Hodgkinson, and there's a growing stack of information about this guy. And what is becoming clear is something that I sensed in the program yesterday. This guy was a mainstream leftist. If you go to his Facebook page, like I said yesterday, you go to his Facebook page, it reads exactly like the way a CNN panel discussion on Trump sounds. Everywhere you go and read what this guy has written, letters to the editor, Facebook posts, he sounds just like anybody you would hear on the media. Sounds like Rachel Maddow. Sounds like Jake Tapper. Sounds like F. Chuck Todd. Just is as normal a leftist as you can be. Now, my point of that is not to exonerate him. It's to issue a warning. These people have been driven mad. I don't have any doubt about that. But they're able to hide. They're able to hide in plain sight for the most part because they articulate what happens to be mainstream thought as expressed by the drive-by media in the Democrat Party. Now, this guy, as it's been learned or discovered, did have some erratic behavior too. He was very off-putting to barmaids and barkeepers at sports bars, and he was, in general, could be a reprobate. But in terms of the things he talked about, the things he said, there's not a leftist in the world who thought the guy was dangerous. There's not a leftist in the world who thought he was odd. And yet, he's the epitome of it. But I want to shift the discussion of that to what the drive-by media is using to replace that story. And that happens to be a gigantic leak to the Washington Post that Donald Trump, the president of the United States, is magically and all of a sudden now under criminal investigation. After having been told by the FBI Director James Comey that he was not under investigation, the counterintelligence investigation of collusion with Russia. There was nothing there. There never has been anything there. So they're pivoting now. And here we go. Some leaks to the Washington Post claiming that Trump was now trying to obstruct Comey from doing his job. And this does not hold up. It simply doesn't hold up. And this story leaked yesterday, and the purpose of this story leaking, obviously twofold. But the primary purpose for leaking the story, yes, they could have done it next week. They could have, at the Post, they could have waited until tomorrow and bury it on a Friday. Except they don't want to bury it. What they wanted to do was get the shooting of Steve Scalise and the others off the front page. That's the reason for the leak, and that's why I'm going to focus on this. Because I'm going to demonstrate, with the help of a friend of mine, just how bogus this next charge is. And how senseless it is. And how legally it doesn't even hold water. What I do know is that the Washington Post and the New York Times and CNN and everybody else want to move on. They want to sweep this shooting story under the rug as quickly as they can until they can figure out a way to blame it on Scalise, which they're trying to do. People have forgotten. The Obama administration, as recently as 2015, was attacking Scalise as a supporter of the Ku Klux Klan because of a personal appearance he had made 20 years ago with David Duke. The Obama administration, Josh Earnest, the White House press secretary, was continuing to impugn Scalise as a sympathizer for the KKK. And this wacko, who is a mainstream liberal Democrat, Hodgkinson, believed it. And he was out there tweeting about it and Facebook posting about it and posting cartoons of Scalise addressing hooded Klansmen. And it was the Obama administration pushing it.